So earlier the police were, and I just went to the bathroom. They locked up the extra larger store, that could fit my bag. And the woman came from behind me and she said, "Move your bag, move your bag." Go. They were just trying to cause a stampede in the bathroom. So they said the new thing now is this Trump inciting transphobia. Since I've been criticizing him, they duped me and they arrested me, stole my green card, February 2019. I used to go to his hotel, 2011 at Atlantic City. Now, when win money, gambling is casino, and they called the police to chase me away, won't give me the money I want. Senator Mark Kelly said he was doing that to a lot of people, and I don't want to teach him over there. So I'm a Nigerian transsexual, and I've been inciting transphobia hate since he became president this year. Said they shouldn't have transsexual use the bathroom. And they've been trying to link me in this bathroom. They're going to lock up the largest store so my bag won't fit in, and they're calling the police officer and blocking the way. So they did it again today. Now some transsexuals came out there. The people are aware. As I was trying to get some transsexuals came out. So they want to incite a civil war in this country, but by this Trump, so that doesn't go to prison. It's inciting hatred against transsexuals, and now transsexuals also protested. They even said if we remove the flag at Stonewall, the transsexual flag at Stonewall, and they treat me like an animal. My mother's daughters, who are biological children, killed my mother in 2015. My mother, she was just so jealous that I was gay. I was suing the police for taking me and my mother from Staten Island, and I was about to sue immigration for arresting me when I was a child and my mother brought me in. My mother said they were so jealous and they didn't want me to take the money. And they know I'm very close to my mother. So they were poisoning my mother with a counterfeit poison, especially that Bolali, and locked my mother up in the mental ward. So since then, my green card has been stolen, and Trump said the court should dismiss the criminal charges against Eric Adams, saying he needs them for immigration enforcement, and all the prosecutors resigned. So that's the illegal deal between Trump and Eric Adams. So against Eric Adams, he paid extra money, like millions of dollars, to the ferry managers, give them like $1 million each. And people were wondering, why is he increasing the paycheck? And since then, they always harass me in the bathroom here. Even at Long Island Railroad, they always harass me. The police and Port Authority, the police always harass me. The police always plant some of the civilian, agents. Now they're using Jamaicans. Because, I've been telling people that if you're undocumented, please join me in exposing the corruption. This Trump targeting us immigrants. They're under the law. We're being victimized because he's trying to get rid of me because I'm a witness to his crime. And he's targeting all the immigrants to remove so that it wouldn't look like I'm the only one who's removing. He's removing other people. So I'm telling all other immigrants to please speak out with me. And if you don't have status, you can apply for T visa. T visa is if you're being threatened by a criminal, you can apply for T visa to stay in the U.S. So since then now, they've been hiring Jamaicans to start a fight with me in the bathroom at Brooklyn, Long Island Railroad. They will say, "Oh, you Africans should smell," and some of them will follow me outside the train station to naked themselves, and the Black American police will join in. So now they're using my own speech against me. I've been telling immigrants they're victims of, that this Trump is creating. They even said when he became president in 2017, he got a Senator Schumer of New York City, of New York State, Senator Schumer, he got them to secret me and say he wants to deport Africans faster, that it's back to the shithole country. And they said, call them to secret me, to the Congress to pass an illegal law to help him deport Africans. So it's because he was aware of how the evidence against them of him duping people in his hotel, including me. When you win money in the casino 2011, they will use the police to chase you away, and profit because you capture the profit. So he's been very worried. And in 2020, he was trying to assassinate me He was telling people to drink bleach. They left me on the street. I've been homeless now for 15 years, since 2010. So they left me on the street and I was telling people if you're afraid of catching COVID, drink bleach. And the woman drank bleach and died. I've been under abuse surveillance when I had my immigration court case from 2000 to 2008. So at one point I was using apple cider vinegar because I heard it helps kill bacteria. I need to alternative therapy at that time. So this apple cider vinegar burned my skin. I had to go to the hospital because you're supposed to dilute it with water. I just used the raw. So this Trump was trying to, they said he has friends at the FBI, and I told him, this is how you can kill this person. Put a message out there, a public message out there. Say people should be drinking bleach in 2020. And the woman drank bleach before than that. In 2019, they had me arrested in July as Trump was in immigration in New York. I was inciting xenophobia, and the police and the civilian joined in. How the guy slapped me as I was begging for money. I'm barely driving out for money. And the police came and arrested me. So I was fine, I wasn't fighting. I went and took my green card, took my social security card, took all my IDs, and locked up in a mental ward. And then Trump's immigration czar, his name is Cuccinelli, and he was saying they don't want immigrants that are poor. They need to go back to where they came from. So now the US, wants immigrants. And that guy is based in Washington, D.C. So I know the Statue of Liberty in New York City says, bring us your poor. Around that time, within 3 or 4 weeks of me being arrested, he was taunting me. He said that's why they arrested me because I'm poor immigrant begging for money on the street. And even before that, they sent a woman with a Polish accent to me. Said, go back to your home. You have your home. Said you're homeless in New York. And I was like, what is this woman talking about? I tried to record her and she ran away. I couldn't, my phone wouldn't turn on in time to record her. And then weeks later, I found out my father just killed in Nigeria. And he left me a house. I wasn't talking to my father for a long time since I came into America and so I never thought he had a will. And this Trump tried to run me over with his car in 2014, and he made a threat. After, I got in touch with Ghana, and Ghana said was going to be helping me. I said Trump took me in Atlantic City in 2011, and the police took my home in 2010. And this Ghana said he's going to be helping me. It was a black American that was sensitive, and soon the police are choking them. And in that 2014, there's someone told to go and stand in front of Trump's house, said they're about to give Christmas presents to the homeless. As soon as I got them, some paragraph information, I tried to hit his car. And then he boasted about it around that time. That if he shoots somebody on Fifth Avenue, and nobody will know his name, and he still become president. And in 2019, they said my father was getting shot with injections for his back pain. I didn't know that for many years. And so as soon as Trump became president, in 2019, the doctor shot my father with a bad injection and he died. And a police-sounding woman, Trump's wife is Polish, a police-sounding woman came and told me, right before my mother was president, she said, go back to your house. You're not homeless. Go back to your house. Just don't be in America saying you're homeless. And soon they killed my father, and my father already prepared a will. I guess he had a will for many, many years. And they said this Trump went and kidnapped a Venezuelan president, Honduras, and brought him to the Haitian. Before he brought him, he had already threatened he's going to go to Nigeria with law enforcement and take the full hostage to Nigeria. They said that Nigeria is a shame of the country. And that same November, he issued a threat. 7 police officers surrounded me, made a false accusation against me, and kidnapped me from the bathroom in November 14, 2025. And to show Trump had ordered them. They did on November 14, 2025. So they were using to taunt me. My mother's daughter, Kalani, was part of the narcotic guy, was trying to kill my mother and was posting my mother and that daughter. Her birthday is on the 14th of August. And since they've seen that daughter leave Pennsylvania and come to that area, so they were hoping they could kill me on that November 14th. They were subjecting me to false arrest, and I stole a cell phone, and there was no cell phone. They couldn't find any stolen cell phone on me. And they still arrested me because I said I'm not to search my back. They said I was obstructing because I still searched my back without warrant, and they didn't find my cell phone stolen. So they always harassed me in the bathroom. Trump issued that order. As soon as he became the president last year, that he doesn't want transsexuals in the women's bathroom. And soon the police have been surrounding me, saying that Trump said transsexuals should be in the women's bathroom. I said that's only for purpose. And the police was acting ignorant. I said you're not ignorant. I said Trump only controls federal police. He doesn't control city municipalities. He was just trying to create a confusion for the police that killed me in the battle. Said I was acting disorderly. They told me to obey the law, that transactions are no longer welcome in women's battle, and the confusion caused them to kill me. He set up a ruse. As soon as he became president, he's still trying to assassinate me and get me kidnapped under force, psychiatric hospitalization. He said they can jump to the nursing home or in the mental ward and kill you. They said on the Oklahoma Disability Law Center, said in Oklahoma there's a problem of the mental homes abusing mental patients. So they keep me dirty, make sure I can't get clean clothes, any clean clothes out, they will steal it. These are Rick Adam and Trump, Trump pardoned, told the prosecutor to dismiss his criminal charges of Turkey bribery against him last year, and he's paying Trump back until he left office last year. Rick Adam, by sending black American guns to attack me, to punch me, say nigga, get away from the nigga. You're not normally coming to the bathroom. So please donate to my Cash App and White Showmans or give me a student loan. I'm being used as a pawn. The lawyers here won't help me. They're trying to see how this will turn out. If Trump will get it, will be killing me. Says they're using me as a real life movie. They said they've done this to blacks. They're undoing Jim Crow after slavery ended. They will lynch a black person for any false accusation. Even a white woman said she falsely accused a black boy. I came to the city from Chicago of making eye contact with her and trying to seduce her. The boy was into I think at that time they didn't allow white and women to have sexual relationship. It was against the law. And they said Carl guarded and linked the boy. And the boy has been dead since 1963, Mattel. And they said 3 years ago this woman is still alive and she admitted in a nursing home in Mississippi that she lied on the boy. The boy never tried to seduce her. But the prosecutors in Mississippi or somewhere said they can't charge her, she's too old. I think she already died soon after that. So they're forming a lynch mob, and some black American girls are telling me the pain the whites put their ancestors through, they're going to do to me. I said, okay, I'm not going to get justice. They're going to steal any money I have. They said they're going to lie that I'm a part of a sex cult and I authorize people to take my money as soon as I die. So I'm not part of a sex cult, I'm not enjoying sexualistic with anyone. So this Trump is igniting with transphobia. I saw that I was coming out of the battle sometimes, it was okay, there's multiple of them. So it could incite a riot because the transsexuals are saying at the gay community, I said they're going to fight back because this Trump is targeting the transgender community unlawfully. And so please, I need the court to step in and help me investigate this. This Trump has gotten the NYPD to steal my green card, steal my passport, steal my social security card. In 2019 when they arrested me, they stole my green card and my social security card. Earlier, somebody set my house on fire in 2014. I had 2 months announced and they stole my passport. So I've been noticing all my documents is disappearing. People will be taking pictures of me, I don't know what I should. So people are telling me they're going to die soon, and everybody's just taking my picture everywhere. I guess they want to have the last shot of me. It's a situation I'm going to die, and they want to take the last shot. I don't know if that's how people take my pictures. I always take my pictures early in the morning, late at night. So I'm like, what is going on? So so the hostage taking is already in process. I don't want to die first. So please help me file abuse corpses with the court, Manhattan Federal Court. This Venezuelan president said Trump kidnapped him. As soon as Trump kidnapped me on November 14, 2025 at the 1 and 2 train station Chambers on Chambers Street, they said by January 1 or something like that in January, he kidnapped the Venezuelan president. Like 4 weeks later after they kidnapped me, and brought him down the street from the bathroom. Chambers Street bathroom was kidnapped. And the Venezuelan president Maduro said he was also kidnapped. And his name is Maduro. When the police kidnapped me, they said they want to put me in the psych ward. I said, what? They said, because you were telling us not to search your bag when we were looking, when they accused you of stealing someone's cell phone. I said, yeah, that doesn't mean I'm crazy. I said, that just means I know the law. I said, and they said, no, we have to put you in the psych ward. I said, you didn't find no stolen phone, and I took you to apologize and give me a report that you were harassing me in the bathroom. I have that here. And they said, no, you're telling us not to search your bag, and we're going to put you in the shower. I said, no, the laws in New York has changed. I said before you can put me in the cycle, you have to call an ambulance and they have to bring the nurse, a psychiatric nurse, to interview me. I said, have diarrhea and you're harassing me. I said, I will tell the nurse, I will show her my diarrhea pills. I was trying to use the bathroom when you came in and you got me upset. I have diarrhea, I didn't want to poo in my pants, I was right in the bathroom. And you came to interrupt me in the bathroom. Say somebody said I stole a cell phone. I said, there's privacy rights in the bathroom. Under the US Constitution. And and you can't just be staring at me while I'm in the store and drag me out of the store. You know, so, and I said, you can't just into the bathroom. It's an invasion of privacy. Even though the bathroom is not my personal home, but under US Constitution, you have privacy to be secure in your body possession, and you have no right to be coming to look at me naked in the bathroom and touching my penis. I was bonded by my dog and choking me, and there's no stolen cell phone. So they saw they couldn't frame me up as crazy. And so they said they were going to still lock me up to cover up their crime of invading the bathroom wrongfully. And said I was obstructing justice. I didn't let them search me. And I said, yeah, I told you, listen, you're violating due process, and you're telling me to shut my mouth. You don't want to hear me. I said, no, the police will investigate. I said, there's a lot of people that have been making false accusation about me. I said, I've been contacting your police commissioner. I said, even last night I said, early this morning I was contacting the Lisa James by email. I said, let me show you the email on my phone. And that's when they slapped the phone out of my hand and knocked me down, so they don't want to see nothing. I said, so Dennis, you're not here to investigate. You're here to kidnap me. And then, like 4 weeks later, Maduro's, his name it sounds like Mad. Maduro said Trump kidnapped him also from Venezuela and brought him down the street. So this Trump is orchestrating, and it's been threatening that he's going to be a dictator. When he was running for re-election against Biden, he said from day one was going to be a dictator. So he had it in mind, while he was running for office, he had the intention to not abide by the law, to truncate democracy, and he just did it. Got me kidnapped. And the president of Venezuela said he kidnapped him also. And it's against the law in America to kidnap anybody, under Bivens versus some federal agents. They said you can't truncate people's civil rights. And if you act a plan to go and kidnap somebody and bring them to America, and it's been threatened while he was running for office that he's going to be a dictator, that means, he became president to overthrow democracy. This is something for the Congress to figure out, because he said the courts no longer has power over him as soon as he becomes president. But if you had a plan to truncate democracy while he was still a civilian, the court still doesn't have power. I'm not a lawyer, but I'm being taken hostage. The hostage process has already begun. They stolen they arrested me, the police and what to do. They're not immigration officers, and they took my green card from me, took my social security card from me. In 2014, they took my passport from me. So I can't even escape. So the hostage taking has already begun, and right now they just want to transfer me to a hospital to finalize the hostage taking. And they transfer me again to another place, the mental ward, where they say they're abusing people in mental wards in America, mental homes. The Oklahoma Disability Laws also said a lot of the residents in mental homes in Oklahoma are being abused, and the jury wouldn't believe them because they're already diagnosed as mentally ill. So the jury will shoot their abusers, the mental home workers. So the woman in the Florida, the male nurse was raping her, and she's been in the nursing home for like 30 years. And all of a sudden, her mother discovered, after 30 years in the nursing home or so, she became pregnant. And her mother was like, how did she become pregnant in coma for 30 years? And the nursing home was like, she must have came in pregnant 30 years ago. Her mother was like saying, no, that's not possible. How does someone stay pregnant for 30 years in coma? And they now found out the baby was half black, the woman was white, and it was the male, black American male that was raping her. They said abuses are usually committed on people that have diminished capacity or being held under the pretext that they have diminished capacity. The jury wouldn't believe them, even if they're able to speak. In the Oklahoma Disability Law Center cases, in Oklahoma, they've been discovering that, and in Florida, in the nursing home, and here in New York, my mother said, anytime they put on psychotic lockup like that, sexually abuse her, a lot of times, So please, And then also, when they put me on psychiatric lockup, they were watching me naked, all kind of sexual abuse. You know, so please, you know, you have to disrobe and stuff, to make sure you didn't bring anything to the facility to harm them, and all kinds of abuses like that. So please, I need an abuse corpus petition, to be filed with the court. The hostage taking is taking place in progress. It's a de facto hostage taking, even though it seems like I'm walking freely, but I have diarrhea, and they're hostage takers. They said the police in America are traditionally slave catchers. They invented them to be catching slaves runaway slaves. And this Trump and Eric Adams was a police officer that became a mayor. He used to be in prison for selling women as prostitutes and beating them up. Him and his gang were as soon as he was 12 years old. So they're using the police to be planting civilians to start a fight with me so they can use as an excuse to say I'm crazy and use it movie to cycle. So this is what is going to probably taking my passport, my green card, so I can't even escape. And I have diarrhea, and they know I have to keep using the bathroom. So I don't know how I can, I can just practically avoid using the bathroom as a homeless person. Even if I had a home, how do you avoid using the bathroom? There's no surgery I can do. There's no anti-diarrhea pill. So this is a de facto hostage taking in process. And like all other hostage taking, the hostage takers always move you around. So this is not the final destination. They hope to kidnap me from here or any battle and take me to a psychiatric ward or even kill me and then move me to a mental home and keep moving me around like that and maybe get my family members to move me outside the country and just, so the hostage taking is already taking place. I can't escape it because all my travel documents, they've already stolen it. Even this Trump and Biden held his passport. The FBI said when they went to search his Mar-a-Lago home, they mistakenly took his passport. But this Trump was screaming, "They need his passport back. This is a hostage taking. Nobody's has your passport without a court order." So he knows, and the United agent have already, without a court order, it's NYPD. Before taking my passport, the civilian passport, taking my green card, taking my social security card. So please, I solemnly swear under United States country laws, under relevant laws, and U.S. Constitution that what I'm saying is true to my best of my knowledge and remembrance and my belief. I'm seeking non-conditional charitable donation to my cash app and watch homeless at a to person or student loan with interest rates similar to what the U.S. government charges students, college students, and or what the commercial banks in New York City charge students. Whatever interest rate is lower, and you can send all charitable donation or student loan to my cash app and watch homeless or to me person. I do look for money everywhere. And in the case I die, I'm killed. No family member or friend should hurt my state or administer my state. Only civil activists that have been denied help in the past to administer my state and get justice for me and my late mother and donate the rest of my state to charities for those suffering in the photo like me and my late mother and those being deported by Trump to charge for assistance. Nobody should make a movie about me. Please should tell me I look like Michael Jackson when I was younger. I no longer look like him. I don't want to be associated with Michael Jackson in any way or form. And also, I'm very private, and nobody should make a movie about me without me being alive. Even I told the immigration base when they were trying to deport me in 2000, my mother brought me here. I told them I'm not saving Nigeria, my father is abusing there. And the immigration act will have any witnesses I told, including my family members in America. I said no. They asked me why. I said because I'm very introverted. I only talk about my private life to people when I'm under duress like this, under arrest. So I don't really talk about my private life. So you can find my immigration interview around 2000. My immigration file is 877-95468. 877-95468. So my family members wouldn't even know about my private life. So they won't be any so-called someone about my private life. I only talk about general stuff with family members and friends, and I've not been talking to them now for a long time. Since they killed my mother's daughter is the 1 year brother in Florida. And the one in Nigeria, Funk, and what I said that one Nigeria was going to kill again. I'm a transsexual, and nobody's helping me in America. So please, honor the right to sepulchre, you have to respect somebody's wish when they're alive, even upon death. I fail to respect it and do things against their wish after they die. You'll be subjected to penalty, criminal penalties, and civil penalties. So please, if anybody makes a movie about me, so I'm not alive. to participate in the movie I'm marketing, please sue them and get them arrested. And anybody trying to use any trickery to go against everything I say should be arrested for attempted perjury, attempted kidnapping, attempted child trafficking, attempted surrogacy. Every time they're going to kill me and claim I authorize them to go and adopt children for me. I'm single or married, I've never been married, I never had a child. So please, if anybody claims, you don't believe anything I'm saying on that oath, and they want to go and create a child for me, please arrest them for attempted perjury, attempted child trafficking, attempted forced labor, attempted forced surrogacy. So, even though I'm an immigrant, I do have rights under the Constitution. Not just an alien without rights. So I'm not a slave to anybody. And I'm not interested in any surrogacy, any slave-master relationship. I didn't volunteer my rights away. I didn't waste my rights with anybody. So it's going.